Yeah, put that over
Spy
there.
device. Spy device 1, spy device 1.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I know you had a tour date last night. That's the first one on this leg of the tour. How did it go? Did it? Yeah. I would expect so. I know that you did the earlier run in early part of the year. Yes, I missed the one in Chicago because I was out of town. I actually lived there, but other people that I know that went to the show told me how good it was, and that was one reason I wanted to, investigate the band and everything. And I was actually the drummer from the current band up there. He said how good it was. But anyway, I know that you have like 4 songs out right now.
Fourth one just came out today.
Yes, because I tried to find anything I could. And those songs are all good. They're all a little bit different from each other, I would say. Yes. Do you have other things in the can already?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So of course I know you can't say everything about that probably, like what's going to happen with that. Like, do you have the album together?
Yeah,
Okay,
we have 10 songs written, and there'll still be a mix, but we're kind of, the way the world is now, if you put an album out, people listen to it for a day, and then they listen to something else. So by doing this, we can push one song, and we get a lot of traction out of it, and then that way, we're not burning up too fast. We can just kind of make it less.
It's a lot more fun that way,
Yeah.
Nowadays, an album, if you put it out, it gets attention for a week.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So you might as well put a song out and have a story around each one.
Yeah, it's usually about every 6 weeks or so around the release one.
So is that kind of the plan to continue doing that then?
Up until I think fall, sometime in the fall.
I would like, I'd like to see maybe another one, maybe the 5, and then maybe the record.
more.
Yeah,
5 or
At least
6.
half.
But the album will be released though this year, you think?
Oh yeah, heck,
Yeah,
absolutely.
okay.
I mean, we're touring a lot in the fall, so we would like to really be able to kind of tie it all together.
I saw their tour dates. I never heard you guys speak about the touring now, but I see that you set it up kind of nicely where you just do like 4 or 5 dates in one chunk and then take some time off and do some other.
Not time off. Yeah, not time off, is it, Tom?
I bet it's hard to schedule the dates, isn't it?
You know what? I got to say something. What's amazing is every one of us, if you looked at our schedule on paper, because we've done this, you would go, there's no way we could ever be a band. Because we have such a cool thing, we make it work. It's just this relationship, we go the extra mile.
Well, I look, I think a couple of you live in the same place, but that's about it, right? Don't 2 of you live in Boston?
Those 2.
Yeah. And then...
And we're in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, and then...
I'm in Nashville.
Right. So, describe how the songwriting goes with that kind of, geography. I mean...
Well, I'll start it. Okay,
Yeah.
So what we do is, the band originally started with me and this guy, Gary Steer, who's our 6th, our non-touring, member who writes with us.
Oh,
he's
yes,
as Tony said, he's our Bernie Taupin. Also a great lyricist, great melodies. Just, I've been writing with Gary for 30 years, so we kind of started writing songs, got Peter involved. So what we do is we will get in a room in Peter's basement, I like call it Wayne's World East, and we go into the basement, and we literally, every day one of us will have an idea. So 11 o'clock, whatever time we start, I got an idea. And you just put it out there, and everybody absorbs it and does what we do. That song "Rain" that's released today is a piece of every one of us.
Yeah, between 6 songwriters, you got a lot to choose from.
And there's no argument, which is really bizarre. Because I've been in a room with 2 songwriters and seen like fist fights.
Right.
And this is just like, okay, let's try that.
Okay, I was thinking that maybe you were doing some of this remotely, but you do actually physically get together.
And it starts with us getting together at least. That's the only way really to see the song come together, and it'll come together easily within the day, and then everybody does go home and lives with it for a while and maybe records some more parts around it or redoes their part.
We can edit a few things and send it around.
That's what's so great about the way you can record these days.
And you're pros, so that makes it,
The best thing about it is we feed off of each other, which creates the final product. I mean, Trace might play something, Peter plays something. Oh, then that sparks me off. That spark, you know.
I could tell you guys are excited about playing together.
It's unbelievable. Like we
Yeah.
always talk about the fact that from the first 1, 2, 3, the smiles, and you can't not
Yeah,
have them because you
yeah.
look around and you go, this is more fun than any of us. I mean, these guys have been some of the biggest bands ever, and I guarantee they probably have more fun right now at this time of our life. Because it's just so fun, it's
Fresh.
real. Fresh,
You know,
real.
and the whole premise of it is to have a good time. We've all been there, done everything else. Let's have a great time.
Yeah. So, how would you describe the music? I mean, I could think of how I would describe it. How would you describe?
How would you describe it first? And then we'll go
I'd
off of
say
that.
it's a real authentic rock and roll. Yeah. A new classic rock, basically.
That's
a
kind
good way
of
to
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Because it's all based on our influences.
Yeah, and there's other elements in there. There's pop and there's harder rock and there's
Southern blues.
Southern blues. Yeah, I mean there's Southern rock. Where we all come from different likes and backgrounds, and it comes out in what we do.
Yeah, so it makes a good a new synthesis of all those
Yeah, I like
things.
that.
The thing that's good about the way the broken up industry is right now is we don't feel like we have to put it down some particular lane. So we can write whatever the heck we want, and it doesn't matter. Just come up with the first idea and see, okay, let's see where this goes, and then whatever anybody else adds, great, okay, done. What next?
That makes it ours.
Yes.
And we have to look at Tony at the end. I love
Yeah.
saying this because it's like, is it done? And Tony's like, we could probably do this
he the
little melody. He's that guy. I
Yeah.
love that about him. It's so
I just
wonderful.
put the melody on top.
Yeah.
They don't have this little bitty
Keyboard.
part, like in that song Rain, there's a little da 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 da. Tony. That's all Tony. It's just beautiful.
Well, you said you have the lyricist
Gary, yes.
Gary. Does he do all the lyrics?
No.
Okay, so
Gary originally started off as a singer when him and I were writing.
Uh-huh.
That's how we originally had kind of saw this happening. And he had gotten in a bad car accident and broke his back.
Oh.
And he wasn't even able to really stand. He was just having all kinds of, he's had like 11 back surgeries. So it came to a point where he realized, and we realized that he's not going to be able to do this. And so instead of saying, kicking you to the curb,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a lot of people would do, we're like, hey, can't do that, but we can still do this. And that's,
So-
We're literally the band of hard knocks.
yeah.
oh God, absolutely.
You mean the yeah. More ways than one. Yeah.
In more
All
ways.
the ways.
The lyrics are one of the hardest parts of songwriting. So having that is really good. That's
Yeah.
helping the lyrics.
Well, Sweet Baby Jesus, same thing. He listens to the song, he goes, it's called Sweet Baby Jesus. And you go, really? I mean, that guy, Rain's chasing. He's like, boom, Rain, got it. It's,
But even still, we all get in the room, and Tom will be like, "Hey, can we change that one word?" And we're all, in everybody's business.
there's,
It's
as you
fun.
can tell, there's no ego at
Yeah.
all. It's so beautiful.
Do you think it's because, in your younger days, would it have been more of an issue? when you don't have the emotional maturity sometimes.
I don't think anybody in this room was ever that guy in
Yeah,
other bands.
uh-huh.
I really don't. I think
Uh-huh.
that's why
It's not worth it at that point.
Yeah.
well,
Been
We've
around
all-
for me to go.
we've all
Put it
seen
that
it.
way.
We've
Yeah.
seen
and
it
we've all
from
seen
there.
what it does to bands and to people.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few people in this room right now that can tell you a lot of how hard it was dealing with stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I've been doing music journalism for like 45 years, so I've seen a lot and heard a lot over all those years, but I can just imagine,
Yeah.
what you're talking about. So let's get back to the album. Do you have a title yet?
Most likely it'll be self-titled, I imagine, being a first.
I
album.
threw out
Okay.
you never
Trace's mix of new songs, but they didn't like that one. Peter says, Peter's mix of new songs.
Well,
Trace's playlist, yeah, right.
That's a good one.
but if I'm understanding correctly, it's all in the
Never
can,
mind.
all done?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we have more. We have more
Yeah, we've got
ideas.
10 more songs started where we've been throwing around, beating ideas or whatever. But as far as the ones intended for this record, they're recorded and they're just now in the mix process.
Okay.
We had to tell Trace to stop. Because
And Gary had so many ideas. But what happens is when you got a bunch of good songs, and then you start writing more songs that would have been great on a record, get pushed to the back because you got something new and fresh. So we had to make a conscious decision to stop working on new songs.
How does that affect your set list like tonight? Do you do the ones that are released only, or do you do any?
At this point, but there will be more soon, but at this point.
Uh-huh.
We do the ones that are released, but we also do the ones that are yet to be released. So
Yeah, so you'll hear them.
Oh, okay, that's what I was wondering.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I wanted to, you're playing some that aren't released yet? That's what I was wondering.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah,
We're
good.
playing all the ones we know, except for maybe one, but it was an acoustic number that we've written. But, yeah, you'll hear more.
Well, I'm trying, I don't want to keep you too long because you've answered really everything I wanted, except let me just see if I missed anything. Well, where do you, of course, it's a standard question, where do you see this going in the future? Or you think it'll be, ongoing for a few years, or any thoughts?
Yeah, we're having a great time, and so those artists, everybody's telling us what
Yeah.
they're doing, what they're doing.
Yeah.
And there's really no way to tell them, where the end point is.
Well, you're
We don't
building it
want
up.
We don't want it to stop. So,
Yeah.
I mean, this is not, like Trace says, this is not a project, this is a band.
Yeah.
This is what we want to do. You know.
You want to do it, you had the desire,
As
you had
kind of
that
the younger guy, I
desire.
feel like the world needs this kind of music
Yeah.
more. And it kind of helps continue that tradition.
Yeah.
Save rock and roll, if you might say.
Are you younger?
Well, you know. That's not my AARP.
I know you look like
here you go. Oh, right on.
Well, we can end it
No,
in
keep
time
going,
for the
you're fine,
food.
you're fine. We're good.
No rush.
Well, I think I really do have everything I need now. I see you're coming back to,
Get your food right now.
I think you're going to be in the area and later.
No, we're doing the Wingers show in
November.
like Arlington Heights or something. Somewhere in there.
Oh,
somewhere in
yes, that's Plains
Okay.
Theater.
there. Yeah, just playing.
Okay, so I'll probably come to that one too. But anyway, thank you all. Turn it off. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.